West Pokot in the west north of Kenya is a scenic county. A drive through most of the county reveals shrubs, types of plants that can thrive in the arid areas with very little rainfall. There are many shrubs in Kapkitoni village in Pokot South, where Regina Chelimo lives. Roaming in the shrubs are white goats, animals that are just as fit to stay in this terrain as the shrubs. The difference between the goats and the shrubs is that the animals make money that have changed livelihoods in this little village. The goats belong to Kapkitoni mother-to-mother support group. These are 20 women who come together to share the joys and pains of motherhood and family. The group has existed for more than 5 years. In collaboration with the county government of West Potok County, Action Against Hunger has supported the group through many ways, including sending nutritionists to join the women in their meetings. Regina, who has 6 children and is a member of the support group, learns a lot when the nutritionists come.
Tulifunza mambo ya lishe bora ya watoto. Tukafunza jinsi ya kunyonyesha mtoto 6 months, mwezi 6.
We were taught about proper nutrition for children. We were taught about how to breastfeed the children for 6 months exclusively, and then after that, we introduced complementary foods to the child in steps like you start with liquid food, then move to giving food to the child. So the teaching from Action Against Hunger has taught us a lot about feeding children, but also about the need to visit a health facility when a mother is expectant so that the health workers can check on their health and whether the baby is all right. This has helped because before that teaching, we would give birth and then hurriedly start feeding the child.
Mama wakati yako mjamzito aende clinic aangaliliwe afya yake na afya ya mtoto naye ukule tumboni kama iko sawa.
She has seen what the lessons from the nutritionists can do to her children.
Mtoto ya kwanza mbeleni si tutakuwa tumefunza hiyo mambo ya lishe bora.
When I had my first child, I had not gathered this knowledge, and so I gave the baby food so early because the other women told me the baby was hungry when it's crying. But the child after my first came after the lessons on breastfeeding, which I followed to the letter, and I can see since that day, the second child does not get sick. He does not diarrhea, and this has shown me that maybe I fed the other child too early when his stomach was not ready for food. So the second child who I breastfeed exclusively does not visit the hospital a lot, and he's very strong. And when you see them go to school, you can see the one who was breastfed is very energetic. These messages come in handy to reduce the runaway malnutrition in the county. The 2014 Demographic Health Survey reported that 46% of children in West Pokot are stunted. This is the highest in Kenya. It is not enough, however, to tell the women what to feed their families when they don't have money. This is why Action Against Hunger has supported women groups such as Kapkitoni to start and run income-generating activities. When that opportunity came, Regina and her colleagues chose to keep gala goats over chicken, which many women keep. We have chicken projects at home, so we decide to take the goats because the goats require little work when they get sick, and even feeding them is not as tasking as chicken. When chicken gets sick, they can die, even 10 at once, by the time you even get medicine to treat the chicken. So that is why we picked goats. They had very good reason for choosing this breed of goats. We often milk the goats. As soon as the goats deliver, we milk it, and that gives us milk for tea. The fat content in the milk from the goats is high. Even when you sell the milk, the price is high. When they say there's an order, we give our goats, and the price is high, and you cannot struggle to look for someone to buy. And this will make us develop because we buy things for the home as well as have school fees for our children.
Alafu tupelekee watoto wetu kama fees.
The Gala goats are known and referred to many agriculturists as super goats. In 2011, Global Partnership focused on agriculture research for food security, CGIAR, piloted how the Gala goats can pull families in rural areas out of poverty. CGIAR said that goat is known for its resilience to drought, resistance to internal parasites, heat stress, and diseases. Their feed intake is less with higher growth rates at 2 to 3 times faster than the local goats. For these reasons, the Gala goats attract higher market demand and offering quick and more return to farmers. They often call us on the phone asking us how many do we have, how many does your neighbor have, and the price is fixed at $60. Whether the goat is small, the price is $60.
6,000.
Additionally, the women benefit from the goats' droppings for other efforts towards making them food secure.
Tuchukue hii mbolea tuende tulimie mboga yetu ya nyumbani ya kitchen garden.
We decided to take the manure from the goat's poop, put it on our kitchen garden for the nourishment of our vegetables because we don't want to use industrial fertilizers, which is not recommended for our health.
Mambo ya hii ya fertilizer tulikataa kwa sababu kwa afya yetu sio recommended.
For Kapitoni Mother-to-Mother Support Group, it is more than the money.
Kuna siku nilikuwa nimekosa fedha kabisa. Nikaona ng'ombe yangu ilikuwa na mimba. Nikaona kuuza hii ng'ombe ni shida.
There was a day I did not have money, and there was a parcel of land that I had gotten that I needed to buy. The only asset at hand was my pregnant cow, which I did not want to sell because it was giving me milk. So I sold 5 goats and I got money for a parcel of land from the sale of the goats. The goats project has helped me a lot.
40,000 nikauza mbuzi 4. Alafu nikajaza na hizo, nikamaliza kununua hiyo shamba yangu. Na hiyo imenisaidia sana.
They have one word for action against hunger.
Niko na furaha yenye hata sijui inaishia wapi kwa sababu kupata mbuzi kama hizo.
I'm so happy. I don't even know how to express it because such important goats is not easy. In 1 year to 2 years, we'll have made so much progress in our homes. I'm extremely grateful to Action Against Hunger, and I pray God blesses you because this project will develop us immensely.
Hiyo mbuzi itatuinua na itakutupeleka mbali.
The Gala goats is one of the pieces of evidence that food security and resilience is at the core of the mission of Action Against Hunger to work with the West Potok County to raise a food healthy, well-nourished people. In pursuit of this mission, Action Against Hunger also supports women in South Pokot to grow vegetables for their own use and sell. Cheptui's Mother-to-Mother Support Group is one of such groups that have grown, harvested and sold their vegetables using the little rain that pours occasionally in the area. The women have also learned to preserve the vegetables for the dry weather. The women like to come to these half-an-acre piece of land. The women are eager to show off the many types of vegetables. Sarah Kwambai is one of the women in the group who remembers not only how much she has benefited from the relationship that the group has established with Action Against Hunger, but also that relationship grew.
Shamba sasa ilitokana na ujuzi.
We got the knowledge to make our farms this beautifully from Action Against Hunger. ACF linked us to many people from different disciplines with diverse knowledge, and they taught us how to farm the vegetables, and they even gave us the seeds for the vegetables.
Ya kupanda mboga. Alafu pia wakatuongezea wakatupea hata mboga.
Sarah says the benefits have been instantaneous.
Wakati tu kwa tumepata akili ya kutoka wale watu wa ACF.
When we did not have this knowledge from Action Against Hunger, we would spend a lot of money buying vegetables for use in our homes. There were many times when there was no money and so we could not afford the vegetables. After learning, we only planted and harvested, but even processed the rest to store for later.
Tukipanda mingi, tunaanza kuweka ingine ya baadaye. Sasa tumefunzwa kupanda mboga mingi, aina mbalimbali. Kwa hivyo kama mama,
now we've been taught to plant many vegetables of many types, and so as a mother, you can have many nutrients. And this has been helpful because we learned it helps us with our immunity and we don't fall sick as often. And even the children's health has improved.
Vile mboga inatusaidia, tunapata kwamba hata nyumbani hatukosi damu. Tunapata watu wamepata immunity sana. Hatuna mahoma sana. Hata afya ya watoto iko mzuri kabisa.
Kwa hivyo hiyo mbegu imebaki ya cabbage na nyanya tutapanda.
Once a month, the group meets with Michael Wamalwa, who is a crop development officer from the Ministry of Agriculture and stationed at Pokot South. Michael's expertise in agriculture in harsh terrain such as West Potok comes in handy for the Cheptui's mother-to-mother support group.
This is a mother-to-mother support group, and nutrition is a big part of what they are supposed to do to contribute towards household food security and nutritional security. So we came up with the technology of kitchen garden because one, they need fresh vegetables, and two, they need a small income to support other nutritional needs in their homes.
Michael has taught the women the art of preserving the harvested vegetables.
The process of preserving vegetables is necessitated by the fact that we have a lot of vegetables during the rains. But once it's dry, most households do not have vegetables. The process starts with, first of all, you harvest the vegetables, fresh vegetables, you wash them, you cut them. After cutting them, you boil water. After boiling water, you immerse the vegetables into the hot water for 2 minutes. Then you transfer to cold water for another 2 minutes. That is to set the color and also to stop the enzyme activity. Then you put in a dryer.
On the day of the visit from Action Against Hunger, the women shared the packed products of this low-cost and effective preservation. Action Against Hunger has supported Cheptui's group, Got the Gardens, and Kaptikoni group Got the Goats to ensure their households are secure. Action Against Hunger plans to employ the system of working with mother peer groups such as Cheptui's.
We chose the mother-to-mother support group because, one, these are already groups that we are working with under the Ministry of Health to have the peer support groups within themselves to ensure that they are able to teach each other on matters of maternal and infant and young child nutrition. So for us, coming with the kitchen garden is just to ensure that the community or the mother-to-mother support groups are able to translate the knowledge that they get during the peer support groups into practice. So if we are talking about having green leafy vegetables on the table, can they be taught on how to get that on the table, right from the farm? Now, this being an area that is prone to drought, so for us, we want to teach mothers on how they can actually be able to have that green leafy vegetables on the table, even in the times of drought. What we normally do is we support the groups to have a demonstration kitchen garden. So our vision is that once they have had the knowledge and the demonstration as a group, this can be replicated at the household level. And we have already seen that mothers are actually having their own kitchen garden in their households, so that every mother-to-mother support group that has gone through this training is actually having a kitchen garden. And with the multiplication effect, our vision is that the community will be able to have at least every household has a kitchen garden. As Action Against Hunger, our main role or our vision is to see the community being resilient beyond the various shocks that the community goes through. Because in West Pokot, we have seen that there are a number of shocks that the community goes through, from flooding to mudslides, there is drought, and the current COVID-19 pandemic.
For women like Sarah, this changed their lives and that of their families.
Ujumbe kutoka kwa watu wa ACF ni mimi kusema akili yao kutoka mahali walikuwa.
The message I have for the people of Action Against Hunger is this. The knowledge they have shared with us has done so much for us. And so for now, I don't know whether they are in Kenya, but please pass our greetings and tell them we welcome them to our homes. And all we can say is thank you. Thank you very much.
Tunaweza patikana na watu kama hawa. Ndio hawa, asante kabisa. Mimi kwangu,
I personally want to thank ACF very much.
Wow, watu kutoka ACF.